I don't,
well, no, because otherwise, if he's not been here for 5 years,
maybe he's been on leave.
If this is his first time here, it's his job. He has been slacking.
Well, he's here today, and that's what matters. And we do have a Game 3 for him, as we will hop into Pick and Ban, our first Game 3 of the day. So we definitely did not have one earlier. So curious to see what we get this time around in terms of drafts.
Yeah, interested to see what's prioritized, especially in the first pick, which goes back over to Nongshim. So we've had some big budget picks taken out the pool. Rise and Rumble were our first picks in the last 2 games. So we'll see what's able to be prioritized here. Seeing Malphite, Nico, Varus getting knocked out pretty quickly. Malphite overlooked in the last draft for, completely, but going back on the ban list. It's weird. Malphite's one of these things, it's second most banned in the LCK Cup. It has lost 3 games, won 1 when it's been played. And yet oftentimes when it's left open, isn't even picked. So,
yeah,
in a very weird position right now.
It honestly, where it's like doesn't feel that strong.
Teams don't want to play into it, but I don't know if they really want to play it either.
It's annoying. If you don't have sums especially, it's like, well,
maybe it's like, you know, they just don't want to deal with it if they want to go scissors, but they don't want to pick it in case they're against paper, right?
Yeah. We're trading mid laners.
Yeah.
Azir, Orianna.
Yeah, with the Nocturne band from Nongshim, very telegraphed. They want the Azir. They don't want to go against Ori Nocturne. And a lot of the other junglers you would pair with Ori, you know, you think of like your Wukongs, your Jarvans, your Vys, all taken out by Fearless.
Yeah, the next on the list is probably Xin Zhao.
Yeah, I think the sort of enchanter role of the Orianna pairs pretty well with the Xin Zhao, so maybe that is something that gets picked up here and prioritized. Or actually looking potentially towards his Lee Sin, which we did see him pop off on before.
He seems pretty happy. Yeah, they're locking it in.
He's going to pick it up. Pressure's on the line, and he's confident in it.
He's having a great time. The crowd also loving it. Big cheers coming out. And, I mean, we all love to see a Lee Sin in general, but also Pyosic's Lee Sin feeling very good. Thinking about the Xin Zhao now for Sponge. Feels very tier list and strong. As here's Xin Zhao, tons of safety, and also Sion. So,
yeah, Blind Sion coming out.
Gwen?
Yeah, I mean, you could just go Gwen here. Dude's been having a great game. I was actually surprised because I was like, would you just go... Is it too risky to just go Gwen? Like, Gwen's and Zhao's a really strong combo. Is it too risky to blind the Gwen with a lot of things taken off the cards? I mean, I suppose it could go an Aurora into you, which would be a bit uncomfy. But they just slammed the Sion, and I'm like, you know what, Dudu? You've been playing great so far. Just go Gwen.
Yes, please.
Just do it. Just be the carry the team needs you to be.
Don't overthink it. Just play a carry and carry. Like, we know you can do it.
And you know what? There's no rock, so you can pick scissors. There you go.
It all lines up. It all makes sense.
In actual fact, here's a little secret for you. In League of Legends, the rock isn't even that good against the scissors.
League of Legends is very strange in
Spoiler.
that way. Yeah. Also, you know, Akali's gone, so even if like you're not flexing the Sion. Like, this just feels so slam dunk. Like, you just had Dudu farming against a tank and winning the game almost solo in game 2. It just happened.
It feels weird, especially for Kingen, who has been such a premier carry player throughout his career, I feel, in the highlights.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's typically get banned away by the DN Supers. Karma gonna get taken away. Maybe worried about like an Ezreal Karma lane coming through. It is going to be the DN Supers who have counter pick in this situation. So that has to definitely be respected. I'm wondering, are Nongshim going to go for something like Kalista Renata? Or like a really strong 2v2 that they feel can't be matched at the moment? There's also things like Aphelios Lulu is still available.
Yeah.
Actually.
Kalista
gonna get banned out, so DN Super's read the potential of that.
Yeah. You just gotta be careful. Don't, you know, take away as many counter picks as possible and get a strong duo.
Yeah, I think
that's what you gotta do as Nongshim.
Nongshim worried about the counter picks, and then, yeah. It's just tricky because there's still a lot of options available. and I think there's still a good mix of picks on the cards. You could also just pick something tame. The Braum going to get banned out here. Maybe Lehens does just want to pick an engage pick. It's especially interesting the Braum gets banned when Lucian's already taken off the cards. But it does suggest he wants to pick maybe like an Alistair or something. But Blind Alistair doesn't feel amazing. It's just going to be the Ezreal for Doc Dams. The Karma... Honestly, if you're thinking about pairings with the Ezreal, Karma Braum is about as good as it gets. So this feels like an amazing read from Nongshim. And if they just go Kai'Sa Rel, Kai'Sa Alistair, it's pretty solid.
Yeah, Kai'Sa engage, Alistair. It's not a strong lane, but you've taken a lot of potential away from DNS to be able to punish it. Although Peter's got a wry smile. I mean, Bard's available if you want to do something like that.
If you're feeling confident, you go Bard. What else would you go in this situation to really bully
Rel
lane? Rel would just be like the tame trade engage with engage. So nothing too crazy to come out from the bot lane. And yeah, I think ultimately, you know, I thought we'd get something a bit crazy in Game 3 of Fearless. This feels quite tame overall. I do think the Gwen is a big scary factor, especially since Dudu got his hands on it. But I don't think there's anything too wild to have come out in this one. We have the Azir Orianna trade. That's a little bit of a concern for Closer, because obviously he's playing this a mobile pick into an Alistair, into an Azir. We also have the Kai'Sa who has that great follow-up. But I think a lot of emphasis is going to be put on Sponge as well. If Sponge and Lehen's going to have a great game like they did in Game 1, that's going to be really important. Setting up your carries for success as well, given that you have this sort of 2-carry composition that you want to really get rolling.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see if they can do that. We had a very interesting drawing just before. Oh, it's her husband's birthday. And it seems like she came here alone without him because she was only able to get 1 ticket. Happy birthday to her husband, who is spending it alone. We got Gwen. We got a lot of damage here on the side of DNS, whereas for Nongshim, Kai'Sa and Azir, as classic as it gets. We're getting ready. Let's hop into the Rift for game number 3. Game number 3 for a direct ticket to make it into playoffs here at the LCK Cup and challenge some of our even stronger teams that lie waiting there. You got teams like Genji T1, BNK, Firax.
Okay, I just saw something crazy. Kingen has Ignite on Sion. So he wants to have more threat in the lane.
He doesn't want to just get farmed.
Not just give Dudu a free time in the lane. This means 2 things, though. 1, his TP is going to be an extremely long cooldown in the later stages of the game. And he doesn't get the Giga Shield, which we've seen a lot of Sions abuse because it's a max HP shield that you get later in the game.
It's gigantic.
So they'd normally like TP into fights and have that Mega Shield.
Flash on in as Dudu, maybe he thought he had flash. I'm not so sure because he's just dead. First blood goes over to King, and that must have been a misclick of some sort because he was never winning that trade. But the Ignite got value. Year of Dudu? Can I revive my analyst?
I've never been so confused. What even?
All right, break it down.
Okay, so Kingen's like, I have Ignite. I feel good here.
So he tried to avoid the
He tried to flash the Q, but Kingen ended it early because he knew he would try and flash it. So he's like, I'm just going to get the damage. I don't care about getting the knock-up.
Yeah.
And then he ignited him.
Do you think if he doesn't take damage from the Q, he wins the trade against Ignite Sion? I don't think so.
Maybe. It would have been at least been closer.
Yeah.
Maybe he would have gotten out. But either way, did he even know he had Ignite is the question. I assume so, but like, do you know for certain?
Must have. Also, that kind of thing gets pinged pretty quickly, especially by Korean pro teams.
Yeah, you'd assume. But also, that was a very aggressive play to make, given that he had Ignite, right? Like, if I see the enemy Sion has Ignite, I'm like, okay, well, I'm just not going to flash in aggressively.
Yeah, if he does win that trade against Ignite Sion, he is extremely happy.
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't, then he's still playing Gwen into Sion.
Yeah.
And the Sion has a super long TP cooldown, so he just has to, like, farm against him.
Yeah. So it's not the end of the world, it was just kind of
weird.
Wacky.
Yeah.
Like, that kind of thing doesn't really happen that often. As Gwen is immune. Troll face.
Yeah, you could just do this. Well, anyway, it happened. The year of Dudu is not without its trials and tests.
There's some ups and there's some downs.
Yes. If you're a true follower, you'll persevere.
Yeah.
Mid lane's going pretty good for Closer right now. Do expect Scout to pick up some farm on this wave, but still a pretty solid lead even with that farm. So good start there.
Yeah. Feels like a lot of our Oriannas win early. And then once level 6 is hit, you can still win, but you gotta just be a little bit more careful because of the threat of Azir.
Orianna's just obnoxious to lane into.
Yeah.
Just the low cooldowns. Not fun.
The auto attacks.
But to be fair, no one's really feeling sorry for Azir. Let's be real.
Probably Azir mains are a little bit.
No.
They're like, oh man, this matchup is kind of hard.
No. No sympathy. Yeah, well, he got that solo kill, and now it's just kind of unfun again.
Yeah. He used that money to buy a null magic mantle. And a bit more.
Considering it's supposed to nullify magic, it doesn't really do that good of a job.
All right, here we go. Ignite is off cooldown. Dudu is getting traded against, and he's not having a very fun time. He's just getting autoed to death. Flash over the scissors, and Kingin gets a second solo kill against Dudu.
Well, this time he definitely knew he had Ignite. Like, there's no way he didn't know. Oh, the smite!
There is Lee Sin, and he does get in. Now, Pioshik has flash. He is going to utilize it just to get away.
That was actually pretty slick from Pioshik. Smite the minion to get a Q on him. That was pretty smooth. Mm-hmm. If it'd been any slower, if it like W to the minion and then Q'd him, would have just died to Sponge. So, well played. Yeah, got hit by the slow. King just walks up and ignites him and just starts autoing him. Gets inside the shroud so he can land everything. And then flashes over the snip.
Meanwhile, we got a pretty big trade in the bottom lane. The Hen's almost dead. Doesn't look like he will die, as Taeyoon is continuing the trade. He says, no, I win this. And I'm not sure that we agree. And he's going to have to flash away.
You know, there's one really big problem with what's going on top lane.
What's that?
It's making the Dudu POM, if they win, really, really awkward.
I mean, he could still fall behind and then, you know, carrying the mid to late, but the laning phase is not great.
Yeah, a little suboptimal.
I'm curious about Pioshik, what kind of impact he's going to have in this game, because Lee Sins don't get picked for a variety of reasons.
He did go the Striker skin, so I like that.
Yeah, I think it's a good choice. But I still want to see him have impact. I think the kick has limited value. You know, it could be good against Xinjiao if he charges in and tries to
kick the Sion through the whole team and one-shot them?
Yeah, honestly. Well, I mean...
He's just kind of getting bullied out of the lane now.
I think that Pioshik, he's going to have an impact on Lee Sin regardless, but...
Well, he already has a kill, so that's a good start. Yeah. And he has ult now, so we'll see what he can do with that.
Nice Q to come through, but they're engaging with the jungler here. Taeyoon has barrier as well. They're just going to look for Peter. And there is the stun. Easy kill. Taeyoon picks it up. Meanwhile, we got a little ult trade in mid. Pioshik is here. And trying to clear the wave. The Q will just be dodged. Scout says, I don't need my flash. Yep. I just run away.
Yeah, that bot play a little ambitious. I think would have made complete sense if Pioshik had been there. Then go for that, you know? You have the jungler there. I actually think they win that 3v3 pretty handily.
Yeah.
Going for it when you don't have vision of the enemy jungler, don't have your jungle backing up, just a little bit ambitious. Itchy trigger finger comes through from Peter and ends up backfiring. Try to ult to the mid lane though. closers are going to be, I think, pretty happy with it. If you're trading ults and don't end up doing any sums. Okay, the Hen's not your red buff.
Yeah.
Kingen has an Ignite again, by the way, so is he going to get another solo kill? That's the question.
Surely this time Dudu doesn't allow that to happen. Pyosik is also up here, and Kingen should know about this as the needles are coming forward. There's the Ignite just to push him off, but Kingen does take a bunch of damage and is being eventually pushed under the turret. And let's see what he can do. No ult available, just trying to clear the wave as much as possible. Pyosik says, I'm just going to... yeah, the Q
there's no way. There's no way!
Well, and now maybe Dudu's in a bit of trouble. Zombie Scion's getting in there. The dash is going to help. And Sponge just says, I'll take it from here. Man, that was... I kind of want to close my eyes in reverse. Like, can I take that out of my brain? Like, I don't want to see that.
You know those... I don't know if you've seen those websites where they have, like, the clips. And they're like, is this play Challenger? Or is it like Iron?
Yeah.
Is this the LCK or is this Silver? How can you tell?
Well, Lucid's not in this game, so we know a little bit of that answer. Unfortunately, it was the LCK.
You saw him charging it up! And you ward-hopped into it! What did you think was gonna happen?
Now, if he hits the Q, does he live? I think he does.
But like, you can just ward hop not into the queue.
I know. I think that reaction says it all. Yeah. That's what I would have done as well. And Dudu's...
Kingen's beating him down.
Yeah.
Your Dudu is on a hiatus right now.
It's on thin ice.
Yeah. You're Kingen. Maybe.
It's back.
It's looking pretty good.
So back.
He did build Kanik Rukin though, you know.
Yeah, he didn't go lethality.
Yeah, a little bit insecure. But, you know, obviously a bit of a team player, wants to help out.
Yeah.
I get it.
2 AP plus Ezreal feels pretty good. And, I mean, we look at mid lane every once in a while. I mean, it's Azir versus Orianna. We don't really need to look at that. I'm very much interested in Sion versus Gwen.
I love how the first series today, we're just like top lane is just irrelevant, we don't look at it. And this game is like, it's top lane. How things change when someone takes Ignite. That's all we need. This is what we should be doing, guys. You don't need to take TP. Just why don't you take Ignite? Maybe the other one can take Ignite too.
I mean, Riot tried, right?
Yeah.
Kingen is answering the call. He says, all right, I'll do it. I'll take the Ignite.
On
not
Sion.
the first person
on Tank Sion.
to not take teleport, but yeah, on Tank Sion into Gwen. Does
Honestly,
feel like a nice tech.
I respect it. Dudu didn't respect it.
No. Fortunately.
At multiple points in this lane.
It's not like a gigantic lead for Nongshim, but Gwen is struggling to get off the ground. It does feel like both sides have good scaling, so nobody's taking any big risks. We're not flipping over level 4 Scuttle Crab on the bottom side of the map this time.
Yeah, and we have the no technology soul, tech-free soul.
Yep.
So we'll see what that ends up being. Pyosik was over by the Grubs. We got Grub each. Oh, again.
Oh, here we go again. Yep, Ignite comes down. Needles are in. And
dodge, 2 dodge. Yeah. That kind of just hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of like used his combo, so.
Yeah, Ignite not doing so much damage anymore, you know. But he did scare him away.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ow.
Backing on a ward.
Oh, he even pinged where he's like, there must be a ward exactly there.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I think he pinged the wrong. I think he pinged the, like. No, he actually pinged exactly on it. Exactly on top of the ward.
He's a knower. He's a realizer.
Yeah. Spot on.
That's good.
15 seconds on the dragon. Kingen did just get his quest, so he now has TP.
What? That looks like it was an auto range. Huh.
So we do have the extremely long cooldown TP on the Scion, but it is available. I think the thing is as well, because you have the Azir can kind of bridge the difference if the Gwen is being a menace in the side lane.
Yeah.
But it is DNS setting up for this dragon. Will Nongshim find an angle to contest?
I mean, they're collapsing now, but it looks a little bit late. It's like they're dilly-dallying a bit, and yeah, DNS will just get it. Peter had a good angle as well.
Okay, they can get some plate gold here, though.
90. And maybe, no.
That's enough.
Yeah.
Don't be greedy.
Whole team's coming down.
Yeah. And it's Infernal Soul. Pretty big. Oh my god, the mini game. You know, that's one thing I miss from them removing Arakan is collecting all the petals.
Yeah, just another number go up simulator for Off.
Yes.
That's his favorite thing.
It's very enjoyable. Cathartic.
Yep.
Kingen stacking Grasp and stacking the Soul Furnace.
Should have gone Heartsteel.
Okay, calm down.
Huge value.
I mean, honestly? But no, I don't think it's that. The thing is, you're already getting so much health on the Scion anyway.
Yeah. You need resists.
Yeah.
To make your effective health better. Dudu eventually will reach a point where Ignite doesn't matter all too much. And
it still cuts down the healing and the all-in.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a much slower game, I feel like, compared to the series we've had today, other than the top scrapping.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy because generally like a slower game in the LCK is 4 kills at 25 minutes. But this is 7 kills in 14 minutes. Like pretty good.
Yeah.
In terms of kills per minute for the LCK at least. But just today has been so crazy.
Yeah, there's still, you know, still 1 grub left. I don't think we should insist that like you have to finish a meal, right? If you're full, you're full.
Yeah.
But they just left that grub, you know. No one opted to finish it off.
Yeah. I heard it actually teaches bad habits if you try to force yourself to finish the plate.
No, I agree. I'm not saying we should force it, but I think in this case, you know...
Let hens take the red buff.
Just take the grub.
Maybe the health regen? Anyway, we are looking to maybe do something here on the Rift Herald, but it's late again. I mean, Sponge is still going to go in. Gets that ult down. Bit of damage on a duck down, but Peter also getting low, but he hits the ult on a 3, and that's all he needs to do. The health be damned. And the Scion is going to run away, so they get the Rift Herald +2. Not half bad for DNS.
Yeah, I just feel like the team fight, the setup, better from DNS, coming in, immediately finding the angle. Sponge was in the mixer, had the ult down, but didn't really achieve anything. And Taeyun wasn't able to connect any meaningful targets, and now Scout is in trouble.
All right, Pioshi. Second time's the charm.
He doesn't have ult, so I just don't think there's anything he can do to you. And yet, I'm still concerned for our Lee Sin.
All right, here we go. Kick. No, okay. Q comes in, and he flashes it, and Scout gets away.
Okay, you got flash.
Didn't have
That's good.
So
don't stick on a tower and die.
Yeah. Good play. Good dive.
Nice. Clean.
Well
effective.
Done. Nice.
Okay.
Huge.
But a good fight that came out. I think Peter obviously getting a lot of impact there. But also, I feel like keeping the Gwen down, it's still a Gwen. We'll see how it plays out. Lahens is low already. But Sponge goes in.
Doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it's kind of like you burn this ult, but no one really goes low. And then that big engage. And we also get the follow-up from Dudu and Pyoshik just shredding everyone. And immediately Nongshim leave. And it's like, I don't think Taeyun or Scout really connected onto anyone meaningful.
Yeah, that's very much not a fight that Nongshim are looking for in terms of where they're going to find damage, so...
I think the problem is it's a little bit awkward because, you know, Scout has that consistent damage or can look for an engage. But if you're trading 1-for-1 as Scout, then you only have 1 carry left. But it's also similar for Taeyun, right? Because Taeyun can dive in and try and kill someone, but if he trades 1-for-1, you only have 1 carry left. If Scout or Taeyun are fed, then it's less of a concern, but they're not fed. It's been a pretty even game. If they're just dishing out damage, that's okay, but there's a lot of threats on the other team that they kind of have to fend off.
We got Duck Down to finish off that mid turret, so that feels pretty good for DNS. Trying to
They've started.
widen the gap.
Start to pull ahead. Next dragon's coming up. In terms of summoners, there's jungle support down on DNS, support mid down on Nongshim. So Scout potentially a vulnerable target, but Dokdam has to be a little bit careful here if they engage on him. He is playing Ezreal though. Will dash over, and that is a lot of damage on Taeyun.
I don't think they can really stick around anymore.
Yeah, I think Dragon might just be gone, literally just because of that poke. So good work there from Dokdam. He's approaching that big spike on Ezreal, and Taeyun not having the Ginsus here, just kind of in a bit of a power trough.
Yeah, there's really not much they can do. I mean, either they were going to find, you know, oh, they're trying to TP in here, actually, DNS. They want to get a bit more.
Yeah, Scout with no flash.
And, I mean, they should be able to get Scout. Like, that should happen. They're looking to trade the turrets as well. The needles do go through, and Dudu picks up the kill. And that should eventually be the turret as well. And meanwhile, King is just getting top turret.
So last game, we saw a DNS who fell behind and we're proactive to get back into the game. Now we're seeing a DNS who didn't really fall behind and are being proactive, and it's just working so well. You know, they've got that second dragon in pocket. They're starting to pick up structures. They're starting to get advantages. Even with some mishaps in the top lane. The Euro Dudu being on a temporary hiatus. It's looking good.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking very good. They had a obviously really slow start. Like game number 1, they had, what was it? They had Dudu on tank Rek'Sai, and they had this wonky comp that could not stop a dive comp, especially from behind, and they just, it snowballed out of control. Like that game number 1 was rough, but also there were a lot of issues going into it that DNS couldn't really control, whereas in games 2 and 3, it's looked very much like DNS are the better team. So that's definitely a good look for them. They looked great against KT yesterday. Even though they fell behind, they were able to get that win. And yes, I know KT were kind of a meme at this point.
Oh, no, Closer?
A lot of leads. Closer, trying not to become a meme himself, will have to flash away. And actually does a bit to Lehens. And nice tanking there from Kingen. But now we got Pyoshik in the mix. A bit of extra damage here on the chase, but
I think
like
the
they will
fact
get out.
You traded 1-for-1 in flashes there from Closer feels really good. You know, the Alistar flash has a lot of value. So evading that, doesn't die, trades 1-for-1, and now they're looking for a counterpunch.
Yeah, they're trying to get in here. Kingen actually in a bit of trouble.
Oh, the kick!
Kick doesn't really help, but Taeyun takes a bunch of damage. But Kingen kind of gets out from that.
You know, you kick a target like a Scion into a squishy, and it actually does so much damage.
Oh, here we go. Oh. Okay, well, Celestial opposition, and they just say, okay, pull the trigger, be proactive, make the Baron play work.
Everyone's so low, and Kingen's TP's still not up because it's such a long cooldown. Peter's playing Bouncer to keep Sponge away. If he can even try come over, I don't know if he can.
Sponge isn't even, he's not even
This is a 20-minute Baron.
All right, a DNS Baron being pulled off here, and that happens after the dive and a bunch of damage is done. No kills needed.
The difference between the DNS we saw in game 1 and the DNS we're seeing in this game is just insane. And this team is just really leveled up. And Nongshim looking pretty lost right now. Getting poked out there. Scout just trying to find some value in the side lane. But I mean, he's even with Close in terms of gold. Every other lane is behind. And now with Baron in hand, DNS should be able to find an opportunity to push the advantage. Seeing some big item spikes coming in too. Dudu's just picked up the Dusk and Dawn. So he's in a pretty strong position. And the thing is, right, you have the Scion who have one lane. King did a great job in that top lane matchup. He's still just a Scion.
Yeah. I'm sure that Kingen's like, well, I wish I could be the one playing Gwen. I mean, that was an option.
That was legitimately an option.
They had, it was Orianna Lee Sin. You could have just picked Gwen.
Yeah.
Instead, they blind picked Scion with Gwen open. And that was really what left our heads scratching, and from the draft at least. And then we saw the play and we were like, oh, okay. I mean, they have kind of an answer, but eventually you're not an answer for Gwen. You're never going to be an answer for Gwen as Scion.
Yeah.
It's just one of those matchups that it's kind of just set in stone in League of Legends. And now, I mean, we got an Infernal Drake in a minute 15, but already DNS are trying to pressure as much as possible with this very early Baron they have.
And Scout is just playing the side lane. Just have TP. There are wards behind if they want to go for something crazy. Oh, Dudu's just pushing his power.
Just getting free plates. And they're going to force a fight here. They are going to get Closer. Nobody really stops him. And they say, Closer, you're fine. It's okay. A big shockwave's going to hit 3, but Closer will go down. down as the sweep catches nobody, and Duckdom is untouched, Dudu is untouched, although Taeyoon is now getting value on the backside. He jumps in, takes out Pyosik. It's a battle of the carries, and it looks pretty good for the Gwen, as Taeyoon just does not have the staying power, and it is the year of Dudu officially once again.
The hiatus is over. Year of Dudu back on schedule. Comes into the fight. He's there to clean up when things get messy, and it's him versus Sion, and he takes that any day of the week. Kingen just gets to watch as he kills his tower in front of him.
Oh man, this is the worst feeling as Kingen.
He's sitting there. He's like, guys, I won lane.
I could have been that Gwen. That could have been me.
They find Closer because he doesn't have flash. He's immobile. It's the right target. And we have this beautiful flank that comes in because everyone moves into Peel. Scout finds this angle, gets a big divide that actually doesn't connect on anyone but creates disruption. And then Duckdom is in the melee trying to deal damage. But Scout has no cooldowns left. Dudu just gets in the mixer and just gets on top of Taeyoon. Taeyoon can't deal with him.
Fans are very happy with that. I mean, there's nothing really to be sad about. The one thing I noticed was that unfortunately Peter did have flash and ult available as he died.
Yeah.
And it just got bursted by Taeyoon.
You know, the thing I noticed in the second watch too is I thought Scout got a lot more value with the ult than he did.
No, he did. No.
Actually, just like everyone just kind of split.
Yeah.
When it came in.
Yeah, he wasn't able to do much. He just kind of went in, did like a little bit of damage and then died. And
I think this is a problem as well, is that you have these two carries. So Scout goes down, and then you have one carry against the Gwen, and the Gwen is Gwen. So, you know, even though Closer went down, he got a shockwave off. Even though Duckdom went down, he did a bunch of damage before he did, and Dudu didn't go down. So
yeah,
it's just a struggle. Taeyoon's at a good spot in terms of his items. Like, this is a good spike for the Kai'Sa. We've been seeing the Dusk and Dawn third. Makes proccing your passive really easy. But he's dealing with a level 16 Gwen who is really online at this point. Really hard to deal with. So 2.3k gold up in the matchup.
Yeah.
And you know what? I was so concerned, Brendan, that if DNS won, with how this game had started off, could I still POM Dudu?
You know,
Absolutely, I can.
I think you can.
And you know what? I got a secret for you, Brendan.
What's that?
I had it done it anyway.
Really?
Yeah,
well,
you did a great game 1 and 2.
I have some news for you. I would have agreed with it.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
Yeah. And you know, it's looking pretty good for DNS. You and I both DNS predictors.
Oh,
did I
have TP flank coming in? Flank coming in.
Immediately curse it. They're trying to get on top of Duckdom. He's in a lot of trouble, actually. This is a good play from Lehens as they get into that backline, but the damage isn't quite sticking as now Taeyoon pushes in, and the Ezreal is down. A big shockwave, but they've already taken out Duckdom. And this time it's really up to Dudu alone as he is going in. There's nowhere else for him to go. The needle's hit, but that is it. He only gets the one. Pyosik is down, and that is the final kill, going immediately to Taeyoon.
I don't think they have enough time to end the game here, but it's a massive team fight win for Nongshim. And the big thing, no TP on Dudu. He was so late to the fight. The engage comes through, the angle's found. And we watch this play out. Duckdom gets engaged on by Lehens. Lehens channels the ult to get stunned afterwards, knocked up by Kingen. The CC chain is pretty solid, and then that's when Taeyoon flies in. And the ult from Peter peels but doesn't buy time, and it's only now Dudu just arrives. Scout ults him forward, Taeyoon's starting to shred. He has enough damage to actually cut through him pretty quickly. And with the Kai'Sa online, they're able to clean up the fight. They need to go in there a lot quicker than that if they're going to win.
Yeah. We have a quote here in our prompter from Mauhaus directly. Caster Curse is real. So even he's come around, and you know what? I agree. I always have. But now we have another Baron attempt. We got TP coming in. Sponge is here. He's going to spot this one. Dudu, he TP's in. Whoa. He blast cones out.
Okay. He's okay. He's fine.
He's got that shield.
Dragon's in 2 minutes, so they don't have to do anything crazy now. DNS can just play for Soul. But things are feeling a lot more even. I also want to note, I think Dudu was level 16 and Taeyoon was level 13. Taeyoon gained a lot of XP back in that last fight and is now only a level down on Dudu. Kingen's up in levels compared to Dudu. Nongshim are actually up in gold. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, he's fine.
This damage from the Kai'Sa is
He
only
even
going
has
to get
Sonya's
worse.
as well.
Yeah,
He's a scary threat.
You know, this game was all about Gwen, and we were talking so much about the Gwen and the draft and everything, and Taeyeon's like, no, it's about me, actually. It's about the Kai'Sa. 4-item Kai'Sa at this point. He's feeling pretty good.
I think Taeyeon's also bought Blue Pot, so like he is fully invested in like power now.
He's going to do a bit to Peter. Dudu's going to find the angle here on a sponge, force that ult himself. The trade of ults, it's not that bad. And, you know, Dudu, he doesn't have the needles anymore, but a lot of posturing here in the front line as now the ult is going to come in. Kingen has to immediately get out. Kick! Not going to hit anyone, except the Scion, of course. As Ingo Scout, very telegraphed, and Ingo still going to get it into him. Closer does go down. As the side sub was pretty good on top of it. Dum still has angle, and Dudu is in that back line, but he's just CC'd 100-0, and Taeyeon lives almost forever. Finally goes down, but Dum is alone, and now Nongshim will take a huge fight and look to push and maybe end the game.
That should be enough for the Death Timers. I think they can just push to go for an end here. Actually, they don't think they have the time. Looks like the pings are going for the Baron.
Baron, yeah. And yeah, I mean,
I think they might be right. To be honest, Oriana's up in enough time. They only had the Azir. I think if Kai'Sa was one of the ones remaining,
yeah,
it was close. But this was a crazy fight. The kick didn't get huge value on a Kingen, but this combo from Scout plus Kingen, boom, shuffle into the knockup. Closer just gets deleted here. And then Taeyeon gets bounced around, dives away from Dudu, pops the stasis. Yoshik ends up being the one to clean him up here. But he's the only one who goes down from Nongshim. The front line just kind of brawls with everyone on the side of DNS. And now we're getting some big spikes coming in. Scout has gone for a Medjai's. We see the GA coming in for Sponge.
Medjai's for this year, yeah.
I think Dragon's going to be given up here.
Yeah, they should just take it. The Baron goes down. The Drake will go over to Nongshim. And we'll just have to wait and see what happens in the next fight, which might not be for a while. I think that Nongshim do have, obviously, the ability to go for some kind of push here with this Baron. And we'll see how they can make this happen. You see Dudu's already in the top lane, trying to put on pressure. And, you know, it just feels like Nongshim are playing these fights pretty well. You know, they're really hanging back, waiting until the threats are obvious, and then they make the play. When everybody's grouped up there with Scout and Kingen, and they had Dudu marked, they knew he was on the top side, he didn't have the needles, he wasn't as much of a threat.
Yeah.
Even though Taeyeon died, you know, he trades out with a very important member of DNS.
The carries are so strong on Nongshim. This was one of the concerns, is that if the carries were weaker or even, that, you know, if they're trading 1-for-1 or they're getting shut down, they're just not able to do enough damage. But now Taeyeon and Scout are actually pumping damage, and it's taking so much effort just to take down one of them.
Double Zonyas. We got Rylai's as well for the Azir, and it's difficult for them to really kill them. You have 3 threats, but you have to commit with your Gwen. It feels like, you know, the Rel Oriana combo's not really working out so well for DNS.
Closer's not doing that much damage to the front line.
Yeah.
Dam's and Ezreal with the pen, he's not doing that much damage to the front line. Gwen shreds, but, you know, Dudu's been on these items for a while. He hasn't really gotten anything new in quite some time, so
he's probably going to get an inhibitor turret. So trading an inner for Dudu getting an inhibitor turret against Baron. Maybe they don't get the full inhibitor turret, but Dudu's still going to get away, especially with all these disengage cones. And actually now looking for the engage themselves. Pyosik trying to slow them down, looking for Lahans, but the headbutt comes in, and I think it's just a little bit too much of a reach.
Yeah, not able to find the angle there.
Not really the most impactful Baron push we've seen.
Yeah. I think the game's just in a very tense position. They got the Dragon off it, right? Which is pretty good. But the game, I think both teams feeling the pressure quite a bit right now. Void Staff has been completed for Taeyeon. So he's shredding. There isn't even that much MR on the side of DNS, which is surprising considering how heavy AP Nongshim is.
Yeah.
This is like a full AP Kai'Sa. But they just haven't really opted into that much magic resist in the builds.
They get another turret, so...
Okay, starting to get the pressure now.
2 turrets.
Dudu in the side lane does hit level 18.
You know, I'm glad we spent a lot of this day with very obvious outcomes in games. And then now we finally get to like the finale, where the game is really close.
And not obvious at all.
You don't know who's going to win this one.
Like, Nongshim are favored right now, but I just think it's definitely not clear-cut. At all.
Yeah, I mean, Peter could still hit a huge ult. He's certainly looking for one. They're trying to chase them down. Feels like DNS's MO now is like, if you see anyone out of position, just poke and push them away. Yeah. Don't allow them to group up. It might work. Especially before this Drake comes up in 1:45. So for now, just kind of pushing waves. But still very good vision control from the side of Nongshim. They're, you know, realizing that they are ahead and they want to try to push this advantage as much as possible.
I think if you keep them trapped in the base, it's very hard to see an angle for DNS to contest Dragon. Just struggling to get vision outside. It's only third for Nongshim, right? So it's not like an end of the world, but if the game keeps stalling on like this, it's feeling really bad if you're just never able to access outside of the base. Baron is in the same time though, so I think chances are Nongshim have to give up some area of the map. Kingen is level 20, yeah. He also has almost 6,000 health. Just a little bit tanky.
Yeah. He's got good resistances as well, kind of covers both sides. Over 200 armor and MR.
Yeah. Okay, they are trying to push out a little bit into the jungle here, but they are getting swept.
Ooh. Gotta be careful.
Not fun, that amount of damage.
Yeah. Remember old Kai'Sa, where that was the build? You're just like poke Kai'Sa.
Yeah.
And the enemy team doesn't
think of like remember old Corki?
Oh god.
Nah, shouldn't remind
that
me.
was awful.
Okay, I think definitely main characters here are Taeyun. I think goes without saying. But also, just Taeyun and Dudu right now, I think, are the main characters in this fight.
Yeah. I feel like Peter as well. Like, I want to see him have a good engage, because we haven't really seen it yet. I mean, early in the game, sure, but not on a big late game team fight. As we're getting Banshees taken away, we're getting a lot of poke in already. As that is the big slam already into Peter. He is extremely low, and all this damage is only hitting Kingen. So for Nongshim, I mean, yeah, Taeyun actually did take a bit of damage himself. And they're just going to try to burst this one down. Might get a bit flippy here, as Peter, he is not really a factor anymore. And they're just going to give it away.
The poke is too much, forced away. Dragon given over. It's not sold for Nongshim, but it does stall the game out further. And Dude's in trouble. TP coming in, he's TPing out.
TP. And that's... he got over the wall, he saw the ward, and he's like, oh, well, either I TP or I'm probably just dead, so.
Yeah, oh, they're going straight for Baron, though.
Yeah, I mean, they have a lot of damage with their Fed carries.
They actually would do it pretty fast, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
Pure shape? Okay, never mind. They're not. It was a TP. It's a long cooldown TP, though, from the... They burned both the TPs on the side of...
He wants something. And maybe it's going to be Lehens. Doesn't pull the trigger. I mean,
they want his flash.
This game is so close. Like, you can see both sides are like, they want to commit to something, but...
I mean, getting any sum, everyone has their flashes up, right? Getting any summoner would be so big here. Just even like a flash of an Alistar would be huge. I thought they were going to find an angle there, trap him in the pit, maybe kick a Scion into him. They got both the TPs from Nongshim, including that super long cooldown Scion TP, which is very significant, but unfortunately unable to find more. And I think it's because you burnt Gwen TP, it's not like Gwen can just sit in a side lane and pressure. Now, it's sold for both teams in 3.5 minutes, a bit over that. So that's kind of putting a bigger timer on the game. We do see Scout has gone Shadow Flame, so not opting to finish Rabadons here. Kind of skimping out and being like, I need power now. Not confident the game is going to extend to the point we'll get a Rabadons.
Yeah. Might end up being a good call.
He also doesn't have Void Staff.
Yeah. Well, at least they have a Kai'Sa that has one.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have anyone who's like crazy tanky, but there will be a decent amount of resists. Like just Gwen naturally.
It's just on vision up here. And I mean, he is Lee Sin.
He dodges. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, that was very close. As they're trying to wrap around here, but again, he's Lee Sin. So you're not really you're not really getting anything except putting yourself in an awkward spot here as Nongshim. Now they have to wrap around.
This is delicate.
This is like ring around the rosy.
Both teams just jostling for position, you know. I have to remind you, neither team is out if they lose this, but you can see the pressure really on. They don't want to go to that elimination match.
Yeah.
That best of 5. They want to win here.
It's exhausting too. You got to come back to the studio. You got to play potentially 5 games against DRX. You don't know where you're going to get there. Exhaust goes in onto Dudu. That's not really going to find anything. They find Scout. They got him. They got him into his Zonias. But no follow-up. There's the flash. Scout now going in on a Pyosik, but that is one scoop onto only Pyosik, and now Sponge is alone. And Nongshim are kind of falling apart at the seams, just trying to escape at this point. And maybe that's some Baron pressure here from DNS. Definitely map pressure as they start up the Baron.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage, right? They get some flashes, they get the Zhonya's from Scout, but no kills. No kills. And now Nongshim going to reapproach, and the poke from Taeyun is so scary, by the way, on this Baron.
Yeah.
Closer, look at his health.
I mean, they're getting so low here, but Kingen trying to frontline. He's getting low himself. He's just basically dead. He ults, he flashes, he gets away. Smites just come down here. A little bit late, they do get it though. Sponge zoned away. He's going into the GA. And now it's all about the Duckdown show. As Sponge not able to get out of this one. In goes Taeyun trying to burst down Dudu. Not able to, but a 4-man knockup comes in from Lahens. Taeyun's still alive, still on the chase, but it's really just him.
Oh, the W!
And Scout goes in as well. He's just gonna get so much value onto so many members, but now it's only Taeyun as he is on the escape. Pyosik getting huge value on the Lee Sin. Does not.
Oh, Duckdown!
And Duckdown! One more Q would do it.
Oh, he's gonna die.
1 Q. There it is. Perfectly timed. And Duckdown seals the deal in the fight.
And Taeyun's dead for longer than the Dragon Spawn. So this should mean Soul for DNS. They get the Baron, and this should mean Soul. This fight was crazy. So many things.
Close.
So the Needlewick actually comes back off cooldown for Dudu, who used it previously. Sponge went down in his GA. Dudu's on this flank with the Needlewick. Gets knocked up here. They try and pressure him. Taeyun goes for him, but the Shroud comes up, and that keeps him alive. The W doesn't connect. Actually hits Duckdown here. He tries to flash and chase him, but then he snipes him on the back end.
Whoa.
And then here, look at Duckdown, these mystic shots he lands. He gets that one on Scout, second one on Scout, another on Taeyun. These skill shots landing are so vital on the Ezreal here. He just keeps connecting them. With the Endless Hunger, his cooldowns are so short.
Man.
This Ezreal play, just crazy.
Crazy stuff from Duckdown.
And now Taeyun's still dead, and Dragon is spawned now, so it's just gone.
Soul. Yeah, it's Infernal Soul here for DNS. And I want you guys to keep in mind, this game is not over. Like, Nongshim still could somehow win this. It's not, again, DNS are favored, but, like, this is a really close game. Like, even Scout getting huge value right before he died. I think he killed 2 people. As he dashed in, got the shield, got an auto, got another kill. That's Lahens. Once the angle, not gonna go for it. But yeah, Baron only for another minute. And you can see that DNS not really willing to dive at this point. It is just too close.
And now with the Infernal Soul, that extra damage with champions like an Ezreal really starts to hit. You connect a Mystic Shot onto a squishy member.
Yeah, not Sion.
Yeah. Taeyun does have Rabadons though, so those Void Seekers are a major threat. That poke has been the MO from Nongshim. I do think more magic resist from DNS will really help take the edge off. Because this is such a magic damage heavy composition from Nongshim.
Yeah, I mean, we have Banshee's Veil for closer. Maybe we can get some more for some of the other members.
I think Duckdown is going Bloodthirster, because just the sustain is more important than the shield. We have more for Pyosik, which is pretty good. I think Dudu's just going damage, which is fair enough.
Yeah, you got a Zhonya's as well, 4th item, so that can help at times. Obviously not MR, but...
So, yeah, kind of hard for some of them to optimize a ton of MR. Actually, he went GA instead of the Bloodthirster.
Yeah, I mean, with how close the fights are, maybe.
And now Scout sold his Magi's and went a bit balloon. So he has some pen now,
that's a good
which is important. Yeah.
So Rabadon's 6th item.
Well, I think he sells Shadow Flame later and get it if he gets enough money. He's a while away, I assume. definitely the game has swung into the DNS side at this point.
It definitely has.
But it's still, you know, we've seen it go back and forth many a time in this game.
It's still a really close game. Like, yes, 2 inhibitors are down. DNS trying to push here for the 3rd. And, I mean, the Ezreal is chunking so much.
TP him back. They need to defend this 3rd inhibitor.
Yeah, mid lane as well is being pushed in.
Ooh,
the Void Seekers are not hitting.
If they miss, it's huge, because you don't get the cooldown refund when they miss, so it buys you so much time.
Yep. And, yeah, Scout kind of has to play both sides here, mid and top. And thankfully for his sake, the wave's not quite synced up.
Yeah, Pyosik tanked that one, but it does mean it's back available. That one just, well, I don't know where that was going, but...
Swing and a miss. So, yeah, I mean, they still have Azir. Like, they can still chop down, and if they don't have Baron... Okay, Sponge went through vision, so he's just going to have to flash away. Kind of awkward there, but...
Okay, good summon to pick up there from taking that flash away from Sponge. Also, I mean, Baron's up in a minute, and Nongshim on red side, so approaching going to be difficult without your jungler having flash. I think they've kind of made the conclusion, guys, it's going to be hard to set up for this. Our support has no more wards left. Let's back away, reset, get vision, re-establish control. They have super minions pushing in bottom mid, so playing for Baron should be easy, and you don't even need the Baron, you just need to bait Nongshim over to it and get control, because I think with the state of Nongshim's base, you don't want to give over Baron, or the game might just be fried, and Dudu just picked up Rabadon, so he is... Okay, I say he is. He already was a problem, but he is hitting, going beyond critical mass, if we're being honest.
Yeah, he's going to be such a sticky threat. There have been a lot of fights where he kind of gets burst out, but with Rabadon's, like...
Scout has his Rabadons.
Yeah.
So he sold his Shadow Flame, he got his Rabadon, so...
So everybody's getting the hat. We got 4 hats.
Yeah.
Well, that hat. We have other hats as well. Spectral Cowl, you know.
The adaptive, the Jack shows, like, it used to be adaptive, when it looked a bit different.
Yep. Dudu's on the flank. He's been pretty good about his positioning, with always threatening on the flank. There's really never a good option for Nongshim to tag him, and now he's just going to push top.
Yeah, he has TP as well, so he's actually kind of hard to collapse onto.
All right.
Oh, well, they're going for Baron.
We're just going to start it. They say we cannot wait. We have to make something happen. As they're looking, the kick! It's going to get onto Taeyun as well, and he's dead! Pyosik finds the angle and puts them in the ground. As Scout is still alive, he finally goes down, and that's both carries out of this game. Ducktown full health, red buff, full build, and this game is over. DNS will win it 2-1 and move on to the playoffs. What a huge performance from them to come back in this series.
What a beautiful... You're the weakest team, because then you will be selected, as happened to DRX by D+, and obviously it did not end well for them in that series.
Now just watch Pyosik and just watch the kick. This is how they win. Gets the Q down, and it's just over.
Yeah, and Peter coming in with the ult meant there was no chance to Zhonya's for Taeyun. It was really difficult. He was ready to Zhonya's the Sonic Wave recast, and then he got CC'd by Peter. And you know what? We get the Peter hype. Nice!
Yeah.
And that's the thing, they only had to stall them. They only had to stall them. They probably would have had that, but they managed to find the team fight win. Dr. doing crazy damage. I think, honestly, the Xayah game was pretty rough, so it's nice he had the bounce-back redemption game to come through.
Yeah. I like how we're here and there seeing the big glimpses of what Duckdom and Peter are both capable of. I just, you know, they're not as consistent as they were at the end of the KT year last year, but we know what these guys can do. And if they really lock in, like, this is a contender. These guys are actually good.
Yeah, I think so too. I think, again, you know, already since we first saw them in the LCK Cup, I feel like they've been coming a long way with any new team, and especially one where there was clearly a lot of struggles last year with the top and jungle and the rest of the team. It's going to take time. Yeah, it's a year to do. I mean, it was a no-brainer.
666 on the Gwen. Also, his Rek'Sai game was actually really good. Like, this KDA is not going to be great because they lost, but...
Yeah.